Hello and welcome back to the live stream. Thank you for joining me. I do hope you're having a good day today. I'm feeling pretty alright. Alright, my tracking is going all over the place. Enough was that. We've once again made it to the end of another week. Right? It is Friday today, isn't it? Yes, I've decided to celebrate by relaxing a little. As much as I enjoy writing and world building, you gotta get a little variety every now and then. And I figure it's about time to play video games once more. Europa Universalis 4. I've been almost reluctant to play it recently, even though it's definitely one of my all-time favorite games, if not straight up my favorite game ever. Now that we've got EU5 looming on the horizon, it feels almost wasteful to get into a new campaign of EU4 when the next game is going to be here maybe by the end of this year. But then again, we are also only like halfway through the year, so that could still be quite a while off. And lots of people, there's a new meme that's popped up on Reddit, and that I think Generalist Game is kind of pushing a little bit about speculating when the game's gonna drop and making guesses, trying to infer from each developer diary that when they're gonna shadow drop the game. But I don't think that's gonna be the case. I think it's gonna be announced to be released realistically just before or just after Christmas. It seems like the most reasonable time frame, assuming they don't, decide that they need more development time and push it to later next year, but I would be fairly surprised if that were the case, considering the state the game is already in. But enough about that for now. Allow me to pause our sound track, move us over to here, and let's play some Touhou Universalis with my favorite mods. I do love Touhou quite a bit. I haven't played EU4 in quite a while. I've just been very busy with other stuff. Haven't played Touhou Universalis in even longer. I want to have a look at a few different countries I haven't played before, some stuff that's been changed. Check out some stats and see what looks interesting. First up, I believe the Outworld Formable Forumia, which is like somewhere around here, around the Baltic, I think. Haven't played it yet. I believe that got some updates and now has like a formable that you can achieve somehow with different government mechanics. So I'm quite curious to play that. I think they get released from the Yokai Forest. Right, like Scarlet Realms has Flandres, not formable, releasable. They're called Outward formables, aren't they? Get in here. Anyway, the Dust Yokai Swish? Is that the one? Yeah, this is so unreal. I want to go on a journey to find some exotic food and delicacies, I believe is the term. Not only that, it seems that she also wants to visit one of her previous home places located in Eastern Europe. Perhaps we should do it. Release Realm of Darkness. Yes. Let's go. Okay, yeah, it is over by the Baltic. Ooh, living Teutons. This is kind of a volatile area with Poland and Brandenburg both wanting to get in. Trade goods expanded, set up. What do we need here? I want to choose spot for trade goods and choose specific types of minerals, yada yada. One of the figure. Very high level station. Okay, these are toggles. Finish setup. Yeah, we're good. Decolonize the Outworld. Nope, we're in the Outworld. We need it. Sokian difficulties. They're all the way on the other end of the world. Whatever happens here is not really going to impact us unless we've like massively expanded. So I don't think we need to tweak anything. I don't think we need to mess with their dev. Yeah, we'll allow that as not. Institutions. I'm not in Gensoku, so it is in my favor to have those appear over here rather than over there. Equality of war. Yes, that just makes sense for Touhou. The newspaper were good. This, Form Ruminia and Until Rumia. Okay. We're expanding. Okay, not around the Baltic. I would have expected somewhere up here, but no, we're going into Poland and Hungary. Minor HRE. Our position is dangerous. The German knights, the Polish horses, and Danish raiders want us dead. Our only hope is the Holy Roman Empire. We must join it. What does that require? Emperor, opinion at least 50. Oh, easy. Easy. That could be quite good. What religion do we start with? We are Hakurai Shint, which means we will not be eligible to become Emperor. Then again, do I want to play the whole Imperial game? Not really. Army, we've got... It is called Flanders Royal Army, that doesn't sound right. 6 out of 8, okay. Have some ships. No. If I'll keep those yet. I've got to be honest, I think I've played the Teutonic Order once ever. I've not played any of the other countries. I think I played Poland once for the Poland Can into Space achievement. Ages ago, like right after the update where they got all of their like PUs over lots of countries and were way easier to play. Back to myself, what was I looking? I don't remember. Okay, moving on. Have a look at our... No idea. 20% infantry combat ability. Hell yes, Targets of Heathens will be useful. Until we get dev cost. I know deving is super strong, but I don't often bother that much of it, to be honest. I will dev institutions here and there, and later in the game, if I'm doing super well, spend spare dev points on provinces, but usually I'm not focused on deving. Goods produce modifier, whatever, trade efficiency, improve relation. Improve relations is good, that helps us with our conquest a lot. Nice reference. Attrition for enemies, pretty good. Production efficiency, diplomatic free policy, excellent. Envoy travel time and movements. An extra merchant, more trade, and discipline. Oh right, that's what I was looking at earlier. Because I never played this area, I'm not familiar with the trade setup around here. You know, likewise, I've played Poland once, I think, Teutonic Order once, Muscovy once for the Russia achievements, like Relentless Push East. And I think in all those cases I conquered southwards and got my hands on Constantinople to final trade down here. For the Baltic Sea, only one outflow, which means if we can get our hands on Lübeck, we can completely control this node, but also our only inflows are Krakow, which splits into 3, and Novgorod. Ooh. With enough control over the steppe and maybe into Persia and India, you can funnel a lot into Novgorod. But we're an OPM. That's going to be a lot of conquests. We'd be better off trade-wise just conquering west and getting our hands on the English Channel than we would trying to go east and control all the land necessary to make Baltic valuable. And missions. Oh, generic missions. Interesting. Our Touhou monarchy, national unrest, yada yada. I gotta be honest, I know some people don't like the mission trees, for various different reasons. And feel that some of them are overpowered and overdone and whatever else. I really, really like them a lot. Okay, this gives us a government mechanic, I'm pretty sure. But does it come with a mission tree? If not, I think I'll look for a different tag to try out. We're not in Iron Man mode, so let me quickly check. Integrate, yeah. The order. Mazovia, Poland, Hungary, Mazovia, and Czechia. What else? We're missing one. Where's that? The Ottomans. Own. 4, 7, 6. What else? Admin tech. Go. 3 provinces with grain and hendeath, livestock, salt, and fish. Didn't we just have a thing where we changed up all of the trade goods? Very much did. Do these correspond to another trade good? This is grain. And on count is 0. No, I don't think that did count. Sure, instance, yeah, order. And change the Catholic for the HRE stuff, which is okay. Unfortunately, it seems like with the trade good changes, we can't actually do this. A little bit of an oversight, because the Touhou mod page does in fact recommend you install the companion mods, the Ages in Splendor mod, the Touhou Universalis, and your groups mod? Not sure. Oh wait, base production specifically, not just dev, but base production. Okay, in that case, maybe we can after all. Count? Yes, it does. Okay. Then I need 2 more grain provinces. I bet you we're gonna get to the end of this and it's gonna be like, nope, actually there's no mission tree for this nation. And defeats the whole purpose of doing all this to check. I don't know, I'm pretty sure it would be more difficult to look through the files to figure out whether there is one than to just do this quickly in-game. Is this even in the Eastern Europe super region? Or are we in now? Yeah, good. Salt and fish are the last. Wool. Looks like honey. And grain. There's naval supplies. There's amber. Here's salt. There we go. 3. Last one, and then what was everyone? Fish? Fish, yes. And 3 of those as well? No, 1 known province. Currently 0 with province producing fish. Where is... I rated that to be one of the most common goods. But... okay, there's fish up here. There's fish up... really? No wonder it only asks for 1 province. There's only like 1 province to be found. That's not the Eastern Europe region anymore, so I do in fact need to take the one up here from Novgorod. Stone core for 2 for this. All in all, you can get the other goods in this area, and then you having to snake up here is not ideal, but you can get all the rest of the stuff in this, so it's not unreasonable requirements as far as forming a country goes. 25 own province total, admin tech 10. Yeah. Government claim on Eastern Europe subcontinent. Wow. New traditions and ambitions. Government rank goes to Empire. Gourmet monarchy tier 1 government reform. Enables power of delicacy, stability. Can place trade posts, can form trade leagues. Interesting stuff. Our ideas get a bit stronger. It's now 7.5% discipline instead of 5. The others... prep. Imperial authority growth modifier. More aggressive expansion. Province war score costs. Reasons to elect. So maybe this country really is worth going Catholic instead of Shinto. No missions though. That's looking. Ooh. We gain 0.15 power of delicacies each month up to maximum 100. Base 0.15. At maximum power, Papters has the following effects: national unrest, our recovery speed, discipline. 10 lose manpower. Lose ducats, lose 50 power, have 49, so 5 years of morale, imperial authority modifier, and a support ability. And reduction. Okay. It's not bad. I don't think it's quite as interesting as the one for Remelia or Flandre was. Okay. Let's have a look at another start. I don't know whether I can still pick the option if I tag over. See, I think there's another releasable from these guys. Yeah, this one also looked interesting. Hello, Cyril, you've wanna made the video about Ambina world building. Yes, that is one of mine. Not often I get comments about my videos, actually. I've got the little link at the bottom of the screen, but playing E for now, but normal as France. Actually, a successful France game. Nice. France was, I think, one of the first countries I ever played when I started EU4. But I haven't played it since then in the game. It's been completely reworked and changed with the appendages and stuff like that since then. Second place on both score and great powers, but different nation first on both. So, Diolia. Oh, we take a whole big chunk out of Anatolia. Okay. The Ottomans don't keep cores or anything. They're definitely going to want it though. Okay, also generic mission. No formable for these. Have a mechanic. Let me turn the debug mode off again. There it is. And fairy bureaucracy. Actually, first, how do we gain this? Fairy wills. Have to found unity and equal to eat the genius core leader and accomplish deeds deemed impossible by the simple-minded brains. We gain 0.56 each month, up to 200 days, and for having not a character I'm familiar with. I just noticed that you're actually playing vanilla, not Amvana. Not vanilla. I have the Touhou Universalis mod installed that adds Gensokyo from the Touhou Bullet Hell games to the game. I'm just having a look at some of the starts that have been added since I last checked the mod out. And what mechanics they have. Cost 125 fairy will every owned non-core province gains the following effect. Standard fairy bureaucracy for 5 years, and rest separatism for creation. Ooh. Collective fairy fire. Every enemy province. Enemy province here being what? Enemy in war? Local defensiveness and local garrison army damage. Pretty severe. Which a new fairy culture for certain regions and areas. Once created, every province owned in new regions or areas will automatically assume their the province is lost its original culture restored. Fairy Italian. Oh, that's really nice. Certain regions and 150 fairification. That takes up separately. Long process which makes the lands of the outworld suitable to the fairies of a 0.48 month up to 200. A Faridian, I assume that's Indian. Deep fairies, so these are like entire sections of the world. Once created, every province owned in these regions or areas will automatically... So culture conversion is no longer a thing. You just conquer and it flips to a fairy culture. We then have to accept those fairy cultures. Do they get auto-accepted? Alright, I prefer them with mission trees, but you know what? I think that's looking... I mean, Rumier's national ideas were already pretty strongly encouraging conquest. But then a lot of that looked like it was playing into HRE mechanics, and as cool as Rumier is, she's not cool enough to make me mess around with the HRE. I'm just not there for that. Nobody wants to run the day. We'll see how that is in EU5, if it's still such a chore to deal with. But this does look interesting. Let me head back to the menu and then load back in without all of the stuff we've messed up, and then we can get a game rolling. I was considering doing a custom nation run to see if I could make some nice board build, But this looks fairly interesting in its own way. Let me just answer a text while the game is loading. Okay, cool. Got that sorted. We're leaving shortly because of a local parade. Oh, what kind of parade? Sounds fun. Alright, come on, EU4. You don't need this much time to load. Go back up. Green. Game, please. Really not. We switch scene and switch back. Alright, there we go. The roads are closed for the parade route. I've not been to, I think, any sort of parade, possibly ever. Apparently the worst country in the world today is its largest holiday. Ooh, what is today? It is the 4th of July. Oh, America, yes, 4th of July. You know what? I know 4th of July is a holiday. I've never actually managed to learn what it's like a celebration of or what it's about. Okay, let's pop on back over to Diolia. Go through the setup again. This can all be fine and dandy. We don't want to decolonize. We don't want to mess with this or this. We do want institutions to spawn in Europe. Grab that. Close the newspaper. Alright, let's see how we want to set up. Next to the Ottomans is a little spicy, but maybe we can make it work. They don't have Byzantium yet, so they're not, an immediate world-ending threat. If we can make some allies quickly, then we should be okay. It's actually Independence Day. Yes. One of the most common holidays across the world is getting out of from under the yoke of the English. Okay, get to force limit, get me a general. And yes, absolutely. Give me points. This. We'll see about this stuff once we know more about our religious setup. Do I go for supremacy? I usually do, just to get the easy, what's it called? Loyalty. It's usually not a bother to have the occasional pop-up where they want something from you. The Enterprise, right. Private trade fleets, because really, why wouldn't I? That's all over 50. Now, religion. Is it going to give me a pop-up to switch to Catholicism again? Or because of our location, do we get to switch to Sunni instead? I'd kind of want to go for Sunni, I think, given the option. We will have to deal with the Ottomans, so we're going to be conquering Anatolia first. And if we're already fighting here and already getting AE with Muslim nations, then it makes more sense to keep expanding over into Persia and Egypt than it would to go conquer Europe. I mean, we'll want We'll want Greece for the Constantinople and Ragusa trade nodes. Constantinople is an excellent trade node to be in. You know, similar to what we were looking at with the Baltic Sea, only one outflow, so if you control the next node down, you basically don't have to worry about anyone stealing your money. But unlike the Baltic, which has kinda iffy nodes going into it, Constantinople is collecting from Crimea, it's from Aleppo, from Alexandria, a lot of money flowing into this direction. If you can get control of it all. Besides that, corruption full, merchant. We collect from here, and we want to. Let's redirect transfer trade from Aleppo. There's a little bit more money in Egypt currently than there is in Aleppo. Tech is fine. Did I even look at the idea groups before? I don't think I did. Morale of armies, excellent. Military tactics, plus 0.25. Hell yeah. Creation costs 25% for the ambition. Very, very good. The Touhou ideas tend to be pretty strong compared to vanilla, but it kind of makes sense because usually when you're playing over here, you have so much death in Gensokyo, and everybody is kind of overpowered. You need to be to keep up with it. You know, I've had some really good runs with the Scarlet Realm, and even then, like, it took every bit of advantage they had to try and get control just of this island, never mind branching out into the rest of the world. Okay, back over here. Tech cost 10%, idea cost 10%, very strong. National manpower modifier, manpower recovery speed, excellent. This is what I was looking for, right? Like, as I said, one of the ideas I had for this stream was make a custom nation, and I was going to try and see what manner of overpowered horde I could plonk down somewhere to just go mad conquering. But now we get to do this instead. Morale of navies may raid coasts, including coasts of countries with same religion. Chance to capture enemy ships. Interesting. An extra missionary and plus 3% missionary strength. Any of country from religion. Plus 1 missionary, plus 3% missionary strength. Even if it gives me the option, I'm tempted to stick with Hakuroi Shinto purely for this, so that we can spread our religion everywhere. We get propagation, don't we? Send a shrine raid. Shrine will go to Ukraine with attempts to earn money. She will spread the one true faith in this node. Yeah, we can. Okay, Christian, Muslim, and Jewish provinces are excluded unless stated otherwise, which does always hurt for the propagate religion mechanics because guess what? That's most of the world. It mostly works over in East Asia. So we wouldn't be benefiting from that early on. It will make it harder. We're going to have a harder time finding allies early against the Ottomans if we don't switch religion. Okay, what's after that? Siege ability plus 15%, astounding. Assault fort cost modifier minus 100%, assault ability 3%, absolutely insane. Corruption, cost of advisors, innovative gain, daily armed professionalism, drill, can recruit janissaries. This might be one of the most overpowered countries I've ever laid eyes upon. If we can get the start to work out, if we can nail down the beginning of this, then it's going to be ridiculous. Alright. Oh, no duty selected. I think we get the pop-up event for choosing a deity very quickly, and if we stick with the same one, there's some reward, so we will want to pick one before unpausing. How does our diplomatic situation look? Distance between borders. Oh, the game doesn't realize that we're here yet. So it hasn't picked up on that. Alright, then tolerance of the true faith, when the true faith was only in our country so far. I think we get some claims to start off with as well. Permanent claims even, okay. Yeah, all over the Ottomans, some on Byzantium. If we can take down Byzantium early and prevent the Ottomans from getting their power spike. Right now they're not even Empire rank, are they? They're Kingdom rank. If we can get that early and prevent them from getting off the ground at all, that would be huge. Diplomats and Diplo Rep, Death Cost, Colonial Reign, Army Tradition and Discipline. I'm tempted to go for Army Tradition and Discipline. Autonomy change, manpower recovery speed would also be very good. War exhaustion, garrisons. Or diplomats and Diplo Rep of the Alliance. The best defense is a good offense, and a strong military does count towards acceptance of alliances. So let's grab that. You're already building more of these? Yep. Okay, in that case. Interesting that we're split between two states, neither of which we own fully. In that case, let's unpause and let's let the game have 1 month tick to understand where the heck we are. This is for them, for them. We want to keep. Yeah, we get some monarch points for sticking with the same god. Incidents get deactivated. I complete the conditions of hacker. Let's let incidents happen, because I'm pretty sure we can just decide to, just in case we can't, let's save. But I'm pretty sure we can just decide to let incidents be dealt with by someone else. I do, assuming we play this game long enough and this conquering goes well enough, we do want to conquer again Sokyo and form it at some point, so I'd like this to play out more naturally. Incidents in logical order. I think someone specifically gets chosen for each incident, so seeing as we're not even anywhere close by, it might just not be our problem. Alright, there we go. The game realizes that we're completely in a different place. So, now, alliances. Kazan, not really a useful ally. Cyprus, kind of meh. Theodoro, Ragusa. I mean, Karaman, maybe? Albania, maybe? Albania do get the good general. That's like the, at least back when I did it, the strategy for Byzantium was allied by Albania and abuse their super powerful general. Try and survive. Okay, Hungary. Alright. Albania and Hungary we will try through with. We're going to want to... Can we rival the Ottoman? No, we can rival the Byzantium. Karaman, I guess. We don't particularly like them. 7k, 11 pips. We might be able to attack Karaman, actually. That might be viable. High income, okay. I don't know why we qualify for that so quickly. Are you making that much money? Not really. Not even really enough to run advisors. I know they tell you if you have to go into depth, it's still worth it. You want to run at least level 1 advice. But yearly army tradition 50 admin. Not right now. Alright. First steps. Byzantium or Caraman. Either will help us grow. How much def do we actually have? How big are we? 55 def, that's respectable. Nothing great, nothing to write home about. It's not. No allies. 3k 6 ships, 8k 13 ships. We have only 12 ships. We're not going to be able to match them on the sea. If we can get military access... Oh, fascinating. I will want to explore that option later. If we can get military access through the Ottoman, then we can just go across here and march right into the Byzantine. And we will beat them in it. That's not really in question. We also have to go through the Ottomans to get to Karaman. How big are you? 57%. You have a truce with them until 49. You don't have a truce, so... "11 galleys, 1 trap." Very, very military fleet we've got here. Okay, we'll go for the Byzantines first. Let's build... In fact, let's build a little over force limit. We've got a deep dash of cash saved up. We'll build a little bit over force limit and we will declare on Byzantium. Okay, they've added Moldavia. That complicates things slightly. 6k, 11 ships, 10k reserves, guaranteed by Poland. I don't think there'll be a huge action. So, that being said, it's been a while since I've last played. It's entirely possible that I'm vastly overestimating myself here, and we're about to lose. But we can only hope not. Time for me to get going, have fun dominating the world. I shall, and you have fun at the parade. As much as possible with your feelings on it. But, you know, you can always have a nice day out in spite of people. Recall you. How are you feeling about access? Not very on. Okay, some of their ships are here. We might catch at 2k. Not 2k, just 2. Take Constantinople or take Zambrium. We want both. These guys are small enough to take in one war anyway. So let's go for the one that doesn't have a fort so we can get that ticking war squad quickly. Right, we win the first confrontation. Okay, they're not willing to let through. I'm basically kind of hoping that either the Byzantines or like a subject of a subject, or maybe Moldavia, managed to persuade the Ottomans to give military access. If they can, then we'll be able to just go through there. Otherwise, we're kind of stuck transporting our army 1,000 at a time with our one transport ship, and that's not going to go super well. Which is to say, it won't work whatsoever. Okay, the hostile attitude means that they're just flat out not going to consider. Numerous tell us event and move at Isfahan. As usual. Ajam, unlucky Timurids. Ajam managed to get an alliance with the Ottoman. I mean, that works out fantastically for us. I am super duper in favor of the Ottomans expending their manpower over in Persia. Okay, is that 9k stack like your whole army? No, you've got 14 somewhere. Can we get access in anyone else? Albania. Albania has a coastline, but that doesn't... Could go around to these guys. No. Crimea gives us access. That doesn't help. Might just be stuck. You now allied with the Great Horde. That's not ideal for us. Maybe I should have gone for the quicker. Figure the Ottoman on. We just need to build like another 9, 10, 11. They cost 12 each. I get Burger Loan. Not a huge amount of money. 1, 2, 3. And that's all the sailors we have. Ooh. Ooh, that's painful. Okay. This might in fact have been a very poor opening move, all things considered. Let's check out over here for a second, see where their troops are. 4,000 over there. Anyone on this side? Oh, and here's the actual fleet. Axos? The vassal of Venice? Ah, why are they? Antium Athens will... But tell me anywhere what ships belong to. Or is this just everyone who happens to be in the area right now? "26 ships. 10, 15. Sorry, 10, 15. 11. Ah, that is 26 ships. Ow. I don't know why they weren't interested when we were sitting over here, and now suddenly they decide to come out. Might need to go back and attack Karaman instead. 11 ships total. That's the weekend. Army professionalism, give out the tradition, and power. We can pay a little bit of power. National unrest, morale of army, main corruption. Like, you also get these Naxos belong to Venice. The knights are like Cyprus, but are guaranteed by Venice. Cyprus guaranteed by the Ottomans. Not really any good options for going for it. Do I need to declare on the Ottomans first in that case? With their 32,000 troops. 22 ships, not really realistic. I know some people, like Flurry Worry or whatever, can overcome all the odds and beat very, very powerful opponents with a tiny little country. I am not one of those players. This very much has me a little stumped. We could chain access through Albania, Serbia, Hungary, Wallachia, and then get to Moldavia and take them at least out of the war, but that doesn't get us any closer to Byzantium. I don't really have a good answer for this. Karaman, again, we have to get through the Ottomans. I mean, they don't have as many ships, but if I'm landing my guys 1k at a time, it really doesn't matter. I can build a couple more ships and land... How many am I building at the moment? 3, so that will let us land 4k at a time. Ramazan gives military. Yeah, because this is clearly not happening. So roll it back, try them instead. Might be the only way. Version of the Crimean planet, you guys have fun with that. Might mean that we no longer have the Ottomans embroiled in a war over here, which would be a shame, because that's absolutely excellent, letting them be distracted for a while. The 13 ships probably can't do anything against these guys. Have a quick look. I mean, it was closer than one might have expected, but overall, no, not really. Okay, go back to this safe. We take a quick drink while we roll back. Yeah, give us incidents, give them chronologically. That. Get into this. Is the rest of the stuff sorted out? Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Good. Merchants are deployed. Alright, give me a month pick. Alright. I have to wait until the 11th before we can even declare anything. The Knights have raided us. If they weren't guaranteed by Venice, this would be such a good war to go for. Oh. Couple more ships. And really only a couple. Should I just go straight for it? Yeah, better get this set up early rather than letting them start making allies. Let's see if we can deal with their vessels. 9 ships. There's the other 2. Get them down. We'll go to force limit. Don't want that. I feel like AI fleets are always so much faster than my ships somehow. Alright, how damaged did you get there? Not very. So, go city. There they are again. They're so fast. Part of why you can't really use the Hand Enemy Fleets button or mission for your ships, because they're going to be running around, never catching anything. Okay, you did get dragged into that again, though. Will not give us access. Real quick, can I build another ship? 50 guys, and we're almost losing as many as we're getting, so that's not happening. Proving tricky. I can transport one guy at a time. He will give me military access, but the guys adjacent won't, which means I basically have to hope but their troops aren't in either of the places. Give me one person. That works. Oh, and we should probably be improving relations. One guy, transport him over here. And show me if their army are directly at... Yes, they are. Can I get my guy out of the clear? Movement locked by fort, that would be this one. Okay, no, that one is sacrificed. Done. Without getting access through the Ottomans, it's just not feasible. We don't have the sailors to build up a proper transport fleet. And really... Alright. Play Byzantium again sometime. And really going about this the slow way isn't quite feasible either, is it? Because we're dealing with the Ottomans, which means we kind of need to hit someone decisively very early on. Otherwise, it just gets worse and worse for us as these guys get themselves together. But plus 10% morale might help us? How strong are the Ottoman army? Isn't there one where I can see quality comparison? No. Morale. There's us. And there's the Ottomans. 2.95 versus 2.86. Equal on discipline, they've got more siege ability. They have a hell of a lot more defensiveness, more professionalism, more tradition. Ooh. Might just lose if we attack. But then maybe I have to go for it anyway, because what better opportunity are we going to get than when they're off fighting here? The Timurids have 1k and 14k. Garbage. Are any of your vassals loyal? 73, 91, 81, 86. Nope. 48. Khorasan is loyal. Great. The Timurids are going to lose this terribly. And then the Ottomans will just turn right around with their seemingly infinite manpower and quality of troops. I feel like even if I near bankrupt myself to build up a big enough army, I might not be able to do anything to these guys. I mean, let's find out, eh? One of the great things about playing mods is that the smart idea is to not be in Iron Man mode, which means I can just, you know, reload saves. There's some real terrible... Wow. Declare war for... this? Easily? Sure. Get a bunch more regular troops and then hire what we can. Home base. Hire what we can in terms of mercenaries, even if the answer is not much enough good. This might not work out even slightly. Won't know until we try. Oh, the Ottoman ships are losing against ours somehow. How many troops do you have though? Oh, just that, huh? We really can't justify prioritizing Caraman in particular. So let me get my guys over here, and let me get us over the strait. It might actually have been smarter to make the war goal something on this side, so that I can just hold up here, but then they're just going to full occupy us on the other side. Need at least 100 cannons for each fort level, and this is 2. If I get some more guys over here. Enough now? 148, no. Hogs just don't have very many cannons on them. Okay, dock the fleet so that they can recover some of the ability. Then that fort, yes. We can't wander off over here because these guys and also, you know, the Ottomans themselves. Base tax, base manpower, lone celestial. The last one might be difficult anytime. 20k to their 31k. I don't particularly feel confident that we have put ourselves in any sort of position on our own. But I want to at least try. So you all pile up on it here. Shouldn't there be one more mercenary stack? I feel like there was one and they've just kind of vanished. You merge you guys. With all this money in the bank, we might as well bankrupt ourselves faster. Get me as many power points. Points, monarch points even. I feel like I don't always quite understand people's aversion to monarch points. Ooh, crap. Are these guys gonna get wiped? Really? How long? 3rd October. 2nd. 3rd. There we go. Rescue them. That is not the direction you want to be fleeing in. They're just gonna get wiped as soon as the attack catches up. Oof, no. Go. Yeah, they'll take back the war goal. Oh, and now this sack is out. Okay, but we're fast. Get my entire army. What's being built here? No, not. Anyone else recruiting? Okay. Right, all over here now. And they can't follow us. They've also withdrawn like their entire army from Persia. I don't think it's gonna help. The Timurids are screwed anyway. This is just ridiculous. Is Shahrukh dead? Ah, yeah, it looks like he's done. Immediately. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much. You too. Okay, so we're in massive, terrible debt. We're losing 26 ducats a month. But there is a slim chance that we might actually be able to pull this off. Give me my other stack over here. And... because they control both of these, And they pulled their guy out of there, and now I'm the one movement locked and they get to just... Great. Okay. Who is low you? Oh. Iran isn't as defensive as Constantinople, is it? No, not at all. So you can sit on that. These guys are marching away. Are you locked yet? Come on, there we go. We gotta take a fight, basically, and on the hill province with our fort is probably as good a fight as we're going to get. 105, 105, 2.9, 3.5, 0.7. We really should be beating them rather handily. And there we go. Okay, that's a victory. And we keep it going. 16% in our favor. We might have an actual genuine shot here. Give me stability, sure. What do I need to take for this to be worth it? Probably enough money to offset our loans. How deep in debt are we? 19 loans, total debt of 532. So, one good monetary payment basically gets us out of that. Then these provinces, this, and then just whatever's cheaper. If we can get a 51% war score, we won't, because demanding Riga without occupying any fort in the area. What fort is in the area of Riga? Oh, this. Yeah, okay, so 51%, this might work out. It's too early to get properly excited, but this may actually pan out. This is a woods province, so we're not too screwed on the defense font. You need 200 for the barrage. We can't make that happen, unfortunately. The terrible thing about the Ottomans is that even if we really manage to kick them in the teeth on this first war, like convincingly, it might not be enough to fully spiral them. I've seen them bounce back from things they frankly had no right to. Ally-wise, are we still trying to get Hungary and Albania? Considering we took the fight against the Ottomans so early, really don't care that much. Hungary will give us the alliance once we're not at war. So who else is Genoa, maybe? But we're gonna contend with Genoa for the same land. Naples? Naples might be worth it. Yes, Aragon. Aragon as well. Siena. No, and Austria. Okay, improve relations with Aragon. And yeah, this stack... Actually, no. Let's keep a reasonable amount of troops over here, so that we're not overrun by the stack. 35k still. They still have a plenty capable army running. We are hemorrhaging money. You gonna go for it? Are you attacking? No. Okay. How many loans can I take? We can have up to 52 loans. We're at 23. This needs to go in our favor pretty quickly to end up worth it. Unfortunately. And then we still have the war with Karaman to sort out. Right, come on, take a siege. So close. Where did you sneak these guys in from, huh? Did you go all the way around? I bet you they went all the way around, because the AI just loves handing out military access. Except to me when I needed to fight against the Ottomans. Resource high, buy it down. It doesn't matter. Come on, take this siege. Recapture that, and then we go for their capital again. But if they're fighting us on two, make things so much complicated. Win this siege already, please. There we go. You head over there, you head over. Will you give us access? No, which means we're going to have a straight crossing into an Ottoman army, which is basically suicide. Alright, send you in first, and then you to reinforce. I probably should have left a bigger gap between those. $21k running around somewhere. This is theoretically an 18 stack. Can I... 14 ducats. Bring the free comp back. Number 51. Okay. Have to make do we've got available. We can't speed this siege up because it's inland, so our ships can't reach it. Magic. We can cut the Ottomans a bit more. And the blade. Can't go further here because of that. Can occupy some stuff here, but then we risk getting close to Karaman, and they do have a functional army. I guess unoccupy some of our quarantine. 35%. If we can take the capital, may yet be able to get most of what we're looking for. Turn off, root out corruption. Yeah, but I'm debasing for 28. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. Not risk anything. Let's go up here instead. This is a capital fort, not a fort, so these guys can go reinforce if Ottoman... Oh, there we go. Okay, 62. Right, 4 war reps. Province. Nothing else. Is this good enough? It's a start. It gets us access to the Byzantines, access to Karaman. I think we just say that it's good enough. I'm going to save. This is a casual run, so save scumming and rolling back and stuff will be absolutely allowed. Yeah. Yeah, take it. Our nation is in theory grossly overpowered. All we have to do is get the run off the ground. Excuse me, let me just take a drink. Right now, bring the armies back down here. Reduce, make whore, going to need admin. Karaman, what do you think you're doing? You're doomed. You're straight up doomed, my guy. can go for both of you. Yeah, grab a Miltech. Did you grab a Miltech? You did. You not yet. We're positive? No, we just got the massive influx from the overhead. We can't even repay all of our loans. God. And let's not spend this money yet. Yeah. Each, again, these are cannons, which we continue not to have. 3 and 6. Get some guys. Have another. We've got conquest against the Mamluk? What on earth do the Mamluks? Mamlukian. Let's say Mamlukian Ilkadir. Took that off, defender against the. Okay. Syria is their subject. Oh. Mamluk's expanding. You deal with one and it's the other that causes problems. How much admin is it going to take to full annex these guys? Coalition. Oh, God, go away. 158. A truce with Syria has ended. Can I afford this? The Ottomans we have a truce with, whatever. Ramazan is tiny, whatever. Dulkadir, also small. Kandahar is small. Ikonlu is kind of a problem. The Mamluks are an issue. The Mamluks are a serious issue. Proof relations with the Mamluks. Because we really can't afford that war. Now, if we get coalitioned on, then it's over. Really. I'm relying on the payout from this and that to get us out of our debt before we spiral completely. And if it doesn't, we're screwed. We certainly can't launch into another big war. I call for peace. Are you willing to accept my term? Oh, you are willing to accept full annex. Okay. 1 of 5, that's all I can squeeze out of you. Fortunate, but we'll take it. Alright. Alliances. Hungary and Cyprus. Cyprus is really not of interest to us, but oh yes, I will take an alliance with Hungary. Thank you. Aragon now? -1. Ooh. Neutral attitude, not same religious group. Navy strength, distance between. Should have improved relations with peoples instead. Alright, well we have one, so let's get rid of those. How badly are we over force limit? A lot. A lot over force. A few rivals. Ottoman. Yeah. Give it a month to see if that changes anyone's opinion about us. Lose 1 inflation, sure, that's nice. And has joined a coalition against us. That could be catastrophic. Give me that, yes. Maximum number of allowed loans. We get bigger, our loan gets bigger, but the amount of loans we're allowed to have. Nice. We repaid 22. of our 35. That brings us below the threshold, doesn't it? First things first, let's repay. We not take Sugar loans? We not. Am I mad, or did I just click that and not get thing out? Are there 1% loans on this? No. I'm not seeing any. Repay. We kind of have to. We need to get back into positive. Even removing all the other maintenance wouldn't be enough as it stands. Port maintenance and advisors as well. I might have to fire the advisors. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. We want to keep the one on our capital. Look at the. As long as you only join the coalition and don't actually attack. Okay. Even like this, we're not in the positive. But we are also over force limit by... and not in this amount. Delete these. We're still losing money. 8, are we over limit here? No, we're on force limit. We can't protect trade because there's no light ships in here. Ooh. We weren't paying interest. Now take indebted to this. Get some burger loan. And then repay some of these 4% loans. And we're still losing money. But only barely. Only barely. Can we royal marry with country? Shinto does not allow. No. Cyprus, Georgia, Aragon we've already improved relations with, so they're basically not an option. Let's improve with Naples. Once some of these cores finish, we should start picking up again. Paramese separatist. We have raised army maintenance again, which means we're going to lose money, probably take another loan. I gotta give these guys a moment to recover morale. On Lunar Amazon. Not a huge coalition, but if the Mamluks decide to attack us, rude. Deal with these guys quick. Okay. Hey. We're here. Our titles? No, we're already low on crown land. We're waiting for these to tick up. Warned by the Ottoman. That's nice. I don't think our two countries really care that much about what the other thinks of them. Wow, and they're going for Byzantium. And they're already sitting on Constantinople, so I can't even quickly declare and slip in there. Damn it. Just Byzantium and Athens, so they have no hope. We are going to get Emperor Ottomans. No avoiding that now. Okay, let our troops finish recouping, and now the army maintenance again. Pay off a loan, and we are positive. The barest scratch of positive, but positive nonetheless. For everything, and once some of this course finished, this done. Get my. It's really distracting when my face tracking goes off kilter, and I can just see the little image of myself I've got down here drifting off to the side. I want to convert that first. Diplotector. How are you feeling about Null? The Mamelukes like us a fair bit now? Absolutely not even considering an alliance. Actually, if they weren't outraged... Well, if they weren't outraged... Fortunately not. Ottomans in Georgia. Hungary is loving. Oh. Not something they tend to. Ottoman separatists, an 8k stack. Can I convince you to wait a little? Will be neatly created. Loans still of a huge amount of money, and we're barely making a ducat per month. But really, even if we had one, can't really afford an inflation reduction. It might not hurt to buy this down like twice-ish. We are gonna have to raise army maintenance. Yeah, twice-ish. Maybe a third when we have some spare admin later. Why are we suddenly only making half a ducat? What source of income has gone down? What cost has gone up? For that as soon as possible. Theoretically speaking, we've achieved the first steps that I deemed necessary. Practically speaking, I don't know how close to viable this whole setup actually feels. Falling just shy of being able to actually make a frustrating. Okay, you're both like 10. This is all over 50% now, so we can. We're almost back above 30% crown land again. Next one. Yeah, home race, which we want to convert first. How's that looking at? Can't convert anything at the moment. No, because of a -2 from... Actually, even without the -2 from Sydney, we would be struggling. -1 from Orthodox, and even without that, again, Territorial Core, Development. Okay, there's the Rebels, so uplift for maintenance. First thing we get is tech, then manpower, then morale and raiding. So our ideas will help us a fair deal once we actually get them. And that's a win. Only losing a tiny bit of money. So close to another ally. I mean, Hungary alone, 23,000. The problem is that Hungary, like, between Austria and Poland and the Ottomans, there's a lot that can happen to lead to Hungary no longer being a useful ally. I'm not sure how much we can really rely on them. These guys, as soon as AE decays start of next year, we might be able to ally the Mamluks. And with the Mamluks as an ally, we actually have something going here. Badge to we? No, we do actually have manpower. We lose some army tradition. Where's army tradition? Now, army tradition 34, so we barely have any to begin with. Yeah, give me professionalism, we're not losing that many. Ottoman separatists heading where exactly? The Ottomans consider they have permanent claims on the provinces, but they don't have cores over here. Been warned by the Mamluk. Okay. What should ally you? Where are you going? Where do the Ottomans have cores over here? Do the Ottomans have cores over here? No? I'm pretty sure the Ottomans don't start with cores outside their own territory. Or maybe there's oh, they're going to Gallipoli, but they can't cross the strait because anyone's ships, everyone treats, what are they called, rebels as hostile. So any ships at all will prevent rebels from crossing a strait. So they can't go. The Ottomans' vessels are preventing the Ottoman separatists from going through here. They will instead march all the way around until they can attack this place. That's quite fun. Okay, so hopefully someone else kills them along the way. We won't have to deal with them. But we probably shan't be. I don't put the maintenance all the way down. I want to get a little bit out of here so we can stock back up. Drink. That was extremely quick. How the hell did they get around there so quickly? We will stick with Junko as a... That was speedruns. So... We've gained conquest against Georgia. Georgia has acquired some... Okay, one more tick. Oh, they're running off. Has rivaled us. I think we rivaled them first, so that's only... Oh, hey, we're positive with our armies at full maintenance. This run is absolutely functional. I really was wondering whether this could get off the ground, but yeah, we're working here. Treasury, put it in the treasury. Alright, how deep in debt are we? 8 loans totaling 440 ducats. One less now. 7 loans. Hungary. Yeah, we make some more alliances. And then... So we shouldn't lose our ruler, hopefully. Sometimes an event can still trigger and remove even a mortal. Frankly, I don't know why Paradox decided to program it like that. Yeah. Oh, there they come again. No, finish them off. And the coalition is collapsing. Excellent. Oh, let's not take more loans. Yeah, doesn't like. Well, who's still in? Panda, Akonu, and the Ottomans, of course, will be once. Our truce with them is only until 59. Oh god, look at this. The Ottoman ability to summon manpower out of thin goddamn air is disgusting. Tunis, marriages around the place, guaranteeing Ragusa. And we can... Hungary will absolutely join us in another, the next war. If we can get the Mamluks on our side as well. The Mamluks really should be leaving this coalition at some point. They would ally us if they weren't in the coalition. Only relations, Mamluks and hopefully. We need to collapse the coalition. I get these guys back to full strength again. Ideally, I'd like to get a light ship or two into this fleet so that they can protect trade. Be very can't really run advisors as it currently stands. All therefore. Alright, get us up to 16 ducats, get me a light ship. Get these guys out of the coalition. Vilkadir. Oh. They're gonna go wild. Would it have been smarter to... Well, no, because I didn't have the ships to properly go against Byzantines. And that's why we went for... what are they called? Karaman instead. I was just thinking, would it have been better to prioritize the Byzantines so that I could stop the Ottomans from completing their mission and getting stronger, but realistically, I really couldn't have prevented this. Could go in on Ramazan. No, I'm trying to collapse a coalition right now. I could release... I could release the Latin Empire? Not Byzantium? Interesting. Could release the Latin Empire and use their claims on all of this over here. Their cause even, reconquest wars against Ottoman. Because I start with claims over on all of this stuff. We don't have missions. You do get permanent claim on neighboring areas from generic missions, which are pretty good. Once only niche regions or culture for masters. There's something in here that gave me claims. Local unrest, years of separatism, called creation costs. That's our enemies. No, it was Rumia over here who got claims on like a whole region. Oh yeah, there's the fairy. The fairy cultures. Will take a while for big trigger. Ace and from Dayose of Bad. Is that a modifier here? No. But something she has? And immortal. I guess is magical longevity, average harmonic lifetime plus 100%. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so we just gotta wait on this, and we will have to get our claims the old-fashioned way, in which case it really would be very useful to us to release Byzantium. Use their reconquest claims over here, have them hold this Orthodox land, because I don't have the means to convert anything at this. Yeah, okay. Great subject. Latin Empire. Okay. Oh, that's not a great color. But whatever, we'll deal with it. Do I convert them? And see if they can manage to convert stuff and force religion? I don't think I have enough prestige as it stands to buy them back into obedience if I force religion on them, so we kind of have to not do that. I hate to let the Ottomans expand unopposed, but our hands are tied in that matter. You're on positive opinion of me, but I think just positive opinion isn't enough. It has to be plus 50 before they will leave a coalition. Yeah, either you get them to plus 50 opinion and below 50 AE, or you get them to 0 AE, or you get strong enough militarily that they choose to leave the coalition. Do I want to wait for this? 16%? No. No, I think I'll just take this tech. I was kind of hopeful that wait, what's an improvement? Sunflower berry is superior to yes. I was kind of hoping that taking the next mill tech might be enough to taste them out, but and first lightship, then groups. Get me the Diplotech as well. A little behind an admin from flooring, but honestly not nearly as much as I had feared. So that's pretty lovely. We are definitely not really making enough money to run advisors. I guess you're China. These are that upkeep, mandate growth, army tradition. Okay. Improve relations person. Causes AE to decay faster, get me some stability, hell yeah. A manpower modifier wouldn't hurt. We can convert now, but it will take a very long time. These provinces will get unrest during that. We're up for seized land again. Almost have enough. That will get us above 30, which is good. This can just keep sitting here for the time being. 16k is not much of a manpower cap, but then we are only 121 dev. Oh, good. The coalition collapses. You're still hostile attitude. Like with this much positive relations, you shouldn't be hostile. Who else might I want to ally who is reasonably possible? Naples is on 0. The Casa, not really. Austria. Austria would be good. Hungary, what do you think of Austria? Nothing in particular. You... The papacy, Savoy. Okay, we only need to improve relations like a tiny bit, and then Naples. If I ally all these guys, I'm going to be over my Diplo relations. I would much rather the Ottoman than Naples. I think between the two, there is a clear winner in... Or actually, hang on. I say I want the Mamluks, because I want them to come and fight the Ottomans. But 23,000 troops and 2k in reserve, 21 ships. They are annexing these guys. 15 and 18. 21. How capable is the AI of a naval invasion? Hard to say. But then also, if we can ally the Mamluks, it won't matter how much AE we stack up with them, which will be extremely important for further conquest and how much we can take from the Ottomans. Also, I could just take the hit of one dip in return for having another ally. I think I will. I think that's probably worth it for us. Get those back. Then, I mean, Hungary has been our ally for the longest, so we want to curry favors with the Mamluks and in influence? Yeah, there we go. Favors. Curry favors. Need alone, unfortunate, but what can we do? Alright, so right now, Hungary would join, the Mamluks would join on promise of... That's not right. Ignore them. Pay off. Ugh. Really don't want to lose the stability, so pay them off. Right, Hungary would join. The Mamluks apparently won't join on promise of terror. You does not owe 10 favors, and even if I did, you wouldn't. Does not owe 10 favors, and if I did, it looks like you would. Hang on, enemy allies. We have been warned by the Mamluks, so they may intervene. Is that why I can't call you in? Because it's a country that you would want to side with. Interesting. Fairy government, fairy genocracy. I haven't actually looked at these government reforms yet. Unlike all the other fairy-based governments, this specific reform founded by Dayase puts a high emphasis on intelligence and merits. The concept of the strongest does not exist. Fixed dynasty, can't change primary culture, has cultural union, yes. Enables fairyfication ability, reduces respawn costs. Reduce respawn costs, I don't know what that means. This allows aristocratic ID group. Cannot manually convert the culture of provinces. We get manpower recovery speed, tech costs, idea costs, cost to fabricate claims, and gov capacity. Excellent. And also we're tribal. Interesting. I wonder if we can reform into a monarchy and what that would do to our base government reform if we did. Damarco fighting style, land leader fire and Damarco power. Well, Damarco power isn't really relevant because we're not anywhere near anyone else wielding. So tax modifier, corruption, no, 4 man. Which reminds me, we can play fairy pranks on people. We don't have a truce and have a spy network. I don't really have a diplomat right now that I can send to do that though. So we'll hold off. Maybe I should take diplomatic ideas first. Province war score cost and all that. Truce is expired. Buy this down a little bit again. Almost time to seize land. Gotta make sure I don't miss the end of this, but it's until 66. So plenty. We can get another stack. Not another stack, we can increase the size of us. Let's protect trade in Constant. For a bit of money. This is very unfortunate. Can't you rescind the warning considering that we're allies now? 74. Till 74? That's a long time. Why does a warning last that long? Ugh. Is it even any use currying favor with them, or will this take precedence? That's good. There we go. No more Crown Land debuffs. Russian Confederation seeks Polish support and Danzig. We're still only about halfway done. I guess it does take 2 months per one, so looking at 400 months, that's a hell of a lot of years. Same with this. Okay. Renewed all of our loans. Missionary strength. I think even with another 1 missionary strength, we're not in position yet to start converting, so let's just tolerance. What's our religious unity? 48%. Ooh. Bad. The verification will help with that, actually. Since I'm pretty sure it's much easier to convert in same culture territory otherwise. 32. Could sell titles, since we are above the debuff now, because the first tier is really not much of an issue. Might be worth it. Keep the idea in the back of my head. Was I just looking at a loan? Once again, we are coming up on, or actually we've just gone over 2 hours. Now it wasn't 2 hours of playtime, seeing as there was a lot of setup and looking around at things, but I am once again feeling the strain on my throat. At least we did manage to get 2 streams this week. If future scheduling works out similarly, I'm hopefully going to work my way back up to what I was streaming at the beginning of the year, where I was much more regular. But we'll see. For now, I'm going to call it here. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This is interesting, so I'm gonna commit to promising that I will be streaming more EU4 next week alongside the writing and world building, and we're gonna carry on with this campaign, because I have dropped a few campaigns in the past, but this one looks like it's gonna be interesting. So hopefully look forward to that. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next